Hello, I'm David.
Hi, I'm Julie.
So now we're going to do a lightning review of Pairs, which is a push your luck card game by James Ernest, who I had the fortune of being shown this in person before it was printed at RingCon, a convention in Tucson. So there was a bunch of different decks. This deck is out of print. I'm not too sure where it's at in the printing process. I know that there was a book developed with a bunch of different games you can play with a Pairs deck. So what we're about to show you is based on a children's book. Now, it's really a book for adults about a princess that kind of has strange adventures. Now, you can read it to children, but it's not marketed to children. And I've looked at it. It's still available. I'm not too sure if I want to get my own copies or not, but you'll see that there are cards with numbers on it. So there's 2 2s. There'll be 10 10s, 8 8s, 6 6s. And you might see, well, that's really creepy, that art. Mm-hmm. Yeah, because there's creepy things that happen in this story. So, again, it looks like a children's book. You can read it to children, but it's really for adults. 3 3s, 5 5s. Oh, that goes there. 4 4s, 9 9s. Now, why am I telling you the mix? Because you do not want to get points in this push your luck game. Mm-hmm. And it's a game that's designed to play in a pub, for instance. It's a casual game, and when you show it to non-gamers, which you have, they tend to want to buy it afterwards because it's so casual.
My parents did, remember?
Right. And for people who like to gamble, this is kind of a game up their alley where they play slots and things like that. Mm-hmm. So you're going to see there's a chart that tells you what the target score is based on the number of players. So a 2-player, the first to 31 loses. And then 6 plus, first to 11 loses.
I like the penalties. Yeah. You tell a joke, buy a round of drinks, make a funny noise. Oh, that's funny.
Yeah. So it's just one loser. Now you could make it so whoever's the smallest score wins that round. It doesn't say that, but you can play it that way. So there's one thing to remember is that you have to bury 5 cards.
Oh, that's right.
Because you don't want to. That way it removes card counting. So I'm going to take off 5.
Okay.
This goes off to the side, and when we have to redeal, we shuffle, I should say. We put the 5 back in the discard pile.
Oh, okay.
Now this goes underneath here, so that way, if somebody's not careful, you're not showing what the card on the bottom is.
Oh, that's smart.
Right. So each person that's playing, you flip up 1 card, and whoever has the lowest score goes first.
That would be me.
Right. Now, Julie can stop right here. And it doesn't matter how many players there are. Say I have a 9, Julie has an 8, and let's say there's a third person here. Okay. So we're playing with 3 players. So that means then that the first 2, 21 points. Okay. Julie can stop right here and say, I'll take the 4. Whatever's the lowest card up, she can just fold and take 4 points. Now she's closer to that 21 in a 3-player game. But let's say Julie wants a hit. Because she goes, oh no, actually the player, first player.
Take a hit.
So if this is me, Julie, and this is our son, David. David would have to take a hit because he's the lowest player,
right,
unless he folds. But he'll take a hit. Okay, now we go clockwise. Now, there's 9 9s in the deck. I could fold right here and take David's 4 and have 4 points, which I don't want points. All right, I turned out okay. Do you want to hit?
Yep.
Okay. David's going to take a hit again. 6. Now, the odds of me getting a 9 or a 7, I mean, there's 7 7s. Mm-hmm. There's 5 more 7s in the deck.
There's
8 more 9s. And I'll take a hit. So I busted. So I probably would have folded and taken the 4. I just wanted to show you what happened. So now I have 9 points. And that's bad because you don't want points. Now these go here into the discard, the future shuffle pile. All right, so whoever busted is going to get the next card. And I would go first. I will take a hit because there's only 4 5s in the deck that we know of, unless there's one of the 5 that we buried. Okay, you gonna take a hit?
Yep.
Okay, David's gonna fold. He's gonna take that 3. So David has 3 points. I have 9 points. Keep it in camera.
And I have nothing.
And Julie has nothing. All right. So then, see, it's good that he folded. Mm-hmm. he would have gotten those 3 points anyway. All right, David goes first. He's going to take a hit because there's only one more 3 in the deck, possibly. I'll take a hit.
I'll take a hit.
All right, David's going to take another hit, and he busted. He got a 6. So when he busts, you get the card that you busted on. So David has 9. I have 9. Julie's doing the best here with 0. And so you keep on playing until
someone reaches for 1.
Right. So let's say Julie got 2, and I got that much. David got another one. So let's say that this is the situation. You take all the cards that weren't, and you would reshuffle. And that's when you run out of the draw deck. You bury 5 cards again. Okay. And then you keep on going. Put that underneath. Mm-hmm. And this would be the situation. Julie would go first. David would go. I'll take a hit. And David takes a hit. I'll take a hit. Want a hit?
Sure, why not?
See, and you keep on going until someone busts. Or say David says, you know what, I'm not going to chance it. I'll take the 4. But if he were to do that, he'd be out. So he would have to keep on going because that's 19 points. If he takes his 4, it would be 23, and the first 21 loses. So he would have to keep on going. I think we're all in that situation. No, David would have had to have kept on going. He busted with the 7, so David would have lost. If we were playing with who has the least points, Julie and I both have 16. I guess, I mean, it's not in the rules, but we could play a tie-breaking round if we wanted to.
Yeah.
But that's pairs with the Princess and Mr. Whiffle deck.
Is that the one my parents got?
I don't know which one they got.
I don't remember.
I think they got something that wasn't so creepy.
I think
but
so.
That's why I got it, because I liked the creepy. And like I said, there is a pairs book with a whole bunch of different games you can play using that deck. And I haven't seen that yet. So let's take a look at our criteria here.
Okay.
So is it a fun game?
Oh, yeah. I think it's really fun.
I like this game a lot, too.
I do, too. Yeah.
The theme...
it's a little creepy.
Well, the deck is, right?
Yeah.
That gets to the art. But the theme is it's basically a game that simulates gambling.
Yeah.
In a sense.
It's like blackjack.
Right. That's a good point. It is like blackjack.
Mm-hmm.
The art... Now, the reason why I got this because the art is... I like that style of art. Now, you can see, though, for instance, this would not necessarily be a game for children because even though it's a stuffed animal, that's creepy, isn't it?
That is. It's so sad.
Yeah. Well, something happens in the story. Just like that's creepy, too. Now, I like that.
I don't.
Not everybody would. And so they have pairs decks that aren't...
So dark?
Well, they're just like fruit or flowers or things like that. Okay. Right. So, again, that's why I got it. Complexity. It can take... it's not complex for a hobbyist. But I could see some people, might need to watch a how to play video to play it correctly.
Yeah.
By no means this is complicated.
No.
I could just see somebody that's not used to playing games like this that might not do it right.
I agree.
Because, the key thing to the game is when you fold, you take the lowest card.
Right.
Anybody's lowest card if you fold on purpose.
And that's something you have to remember, that it's anyone's lowest. It's not just yours. So.
Right. And that's the key to this game is because it encourages you to count cards as best you can. Say, okay, well, the 1 came up. There's only one in the deck. I might as well take the 1 point.
Yeah.
So that's what's cool about it. Playing time, it's really fast.
Yes.
And you'll probably play 2 or 3 games in a sitting, even though this is a filler. Age and audience, this deck, unless you have kids
Maybe
that are...
10 and up.
unless you have kids that are used to creepy art. But does it even have an age on here? Oh, 2 to 8 players, 15 minutes. Doesn't give an age.
I think it's your judgment, probably. Because if you're playing the fruit one, an 8-year-old could play that.
Well, you know what? A 6-year-old. A 6-year-old can play this if you help them add. Yeah. It's no big deal. Because we know some grandparents will show their kids blackjack and games like that.
My brother and I learned that at a very young age.
Right. So if you're used to playing games like that with a regular deck of cards, a 6-year-old could play it.
Exactly.
They just can't do the addition.
That's what fingers are for.
Yeah. Design and mechanics. I give credit to James Ernest. He's that's what he's trying to do is try to come up with a game that you would want to play in a pub and just take it out and play.
Drink your beer and stuff.
Right.
And have your glass of wine.
Whether or not the word gets out, I know he's sold out of many decks. Whether or not he's reprinted it, I don't know if there was enough demand to reprint it.
Gotcha.
But it is a solid game, and it should be, in my opinion, this is as good as a game as Uno.
Oh, yeah.
Or other card games. It's just whether or not it's got enough eyeballs on it to get to that popularity. And remember, Uno has been around a long time. It was not an overnight success. So who knows if pairs will be someday.
I hope so. It's really fun.
And then, like I said, learning the rules is fine. It's just that some people who are not used to paying attention to little details might not play it correctly. And the educational merit, if you want to do adding addition, this is great. And probability, because it does encourage you to, hey, there's 9 9s in the deck, and you can kind of get an idea. Should I push my luck here?
I don't ever deal with that. Yeah. I just go for it.
But no, it's good. It's good for kids to learn that.
It is.
Okay.
It is.
All right. So let's take a look now at our rating.
Okay.
And.
Oh, you took it away. Oh, there you go.
So what would you rate it?
I would definitely say a 9. I really enjoy playing this.
Yeah, I would say this is a 9 too. A 10, maybe someday, but right now, I know it's close to being a 10 for me.
I'd say a 9.
I think we need to play it with more players.
I think so too. That would be more fun.
I think if we bring it out more often and people, so for me, I'm almost on the edge of giving it a 10 because we've had it for almost 10 years now.
Yeah.
That's how long ago this game is. So a 9. I'm thinking maybe a 10 someday because I've always enjoyed playing this. And I think the reason why we haven't because we haven't played it with enough other people yet to know if this is like a big hit. We know it's been a hit with our sons and
I think we should play with our friends that bring over their younger kids because they're into Halloween stuff and scary stuff.
Yeah.
So this would be like nothing for them.
So we just need to play with more groups. And if we see it universally, because at the convention, people were sitting down and playing it. We enjoyed just sitting there and talking. It's the kind of game you can talk while you're playing and not have to pay attention too much. So that's why it's perfect for your non-gamer friends to introduce them to a game. So I think sooner or later it might be a 10. We'll see. But a 9 for now. All right, so thanks for watching.
Thanks for watching, you guys. We hope you like this. And please don't forget to like and subscribe. And we'll see you later.
All right, take care. Bye.